All right, guys, we're gonna be playing Vi Jungle, and I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna play it in a very consistent yet easy way to play. So for starters, you can either start blue or red. This game I'm starting blue, and you always want to start W and just let your passive autos really stack up here. So we're gonna smite this because we just want to gather our ability damage and just try to speed this up a bit. Because if we get our E faster, it's just much better. Here we always want to use our E as an all attack reset. So when you're playing Vi, a few things to remember is proccing your W is just really important, and it lowers the cooldown on your passive. So after you proc it a couple times, your passive comes right back up. So if you're focusing on the passive right now, you can see it going down and down, and you want to just time your E or your Q usually when it's around that timing. So just kind of remember that. Here we want to auto and then hit the big one and just kind of stack them together. You want to kind of aim the AoE to hit it all. Here I have my E up, but I'm not going to cast it because my passive's still down. As my passive gets back up, we end up using it. So here I'm going to just do one E, and that should be enough to help me kill the camp. And with Q, there's a few ways to start the Raptors with Q. You could just Q in, but I prefer to line it up. So what would we do when we're clearing? We auto once, and then we line it up so we get a full charge, and then we just hit them all just like that. That's how I prefer to do it. It makes it easy to kill it on your second E, which is just about to come up. Boom. So that's how I prefer it, and I find it much easier. When you play Vi, the auto E is just a very important reset to focus on. Just always think about it. Auto E. I have Conqueror because I'm going the Divine Thunder build. I find it much more low elo friendly to go Divine Thunder into Cleaver. If you want to go the Eclipse like Lethality build, it's a bit more tricky, but it is a possibility as well. So here our passive's down, so we're not going to use E just yet. It's almost back up, and now we're going to E. You know, this is just how we're going to conserve HP, right? It's not the biggest deal, but it does help us with our HP management. So here I'm full clearing. Your goals in an early game, you can full clear. You can go for a level 3 gank. I prefer to full clear on Vi because my clear is so slow initially, but it does speed up a lot. So here I'm going to slowly push the crab towards Nollis, and if we see Talia, I will be ready to fight her. And just perfect kill right there for Inori. I just waited for the Nollis. I wasn't committed to the kill until I saw the pathing. Then I charged my Q up. Very well played. Like I said, when you're playing her, just focus a lot on farming. And here it actually might be another angle. If we just go and hit that hook. That is a kill. But we're gonna end up missing. Like I said, it's not that important to just be forcing too many plays. It's actually sometimes more important to just Alright, this is a spicy battle. I'm potting up. E is extra attack range that I have queued up there. So remember, always auto space if you can. It's just all about auto spacing. This is something, if you want to get better at playing melee champions, it's really important to get better at auto spacing. And what I mean by that is I'm moving between my auto attacks to cancel the animation. This is a fundamental thing about League of Legends, about playing melee champs. And it's tricky to start with. It's tricky at the beginning, but you will get the hang of it. This is a good D-Blade Blade. I'm of the opinion I love D-Blade on champs that can get full benefits from perhaps the Omni Vamp, the attack damage, and the HP. I do it a lot on Rek'sai, Vi, Briar. I think those champs do really well with D-Blade. I think if your early game's already super strong, you don't really need D-Blade, but champs like Vi and Rek'Sai are early games a bit slow, so I like the D-Blade to just kind of like beef yourself up, you know? Don't be shy to try it out. And for Divine Thunder build, you know, it's a safe build. It just gives you a good... The Thunder build just gives you a good 2-item spike, and that's what we want to see. We just want consistency. League of Legends is a game about consistency. We want to be consistent. And hitting the Q is real easy, guys. You have a lot of freedom. So here's a situation where I don't really need to line it up because we have 3 points in our Q. It's going to be right back up by the time we're on top. So we don't have to line it up at this point, but the early levels, we do need to line it up. But now, like, really not important to line it up unless I'm already on it. You guys will know. So here we're playing for R. What buy excels at? I mean, obviously I have a super good early game right now, but what's really good for me is to play for 6. If I get to 6, if I'm 0-0 but I'm 6, I have a very strong gank angles that I can use to snowball the game. So it's not necessarily bad if nothing goes your way. If you didn't have such an awesome early game like me, it's like, it's not even bad, nor is it a big deal. What's very important is to just be more open-minded to the possibilities. This will give me 6, so I'm feeling pretty good about just one-shotting this and then going bot. Vi is also a good dragon champion, but I don't start dragon unless I feel it's necessary. So here I'm going to go for the R. You can start with R, it's always better, but this guy might not need the R. Let me save it for the cat. I'm a greedy. I'm a little greedy. If you can start with R and you have Q up, it's really good. There I could have done that, but that situation, you know, you could just kind of eye it, and you can see from my point of view, the MF was so out of position that I could just walk up and Q. And let's say she flashed my Q, right? That's what the R is for, to lock her down if she flashes my Q. So the goal would have been to get her to flash my Q there, and then I R her, or she just gets hit in the face. Here's the same process. Every time you proc it, you can have the passive, but always pay attention to the passive when you're doing objectives like dragon and stuff like that. She's really good at doing dragon fast objectives really quickly. And when you play her, don't fall behind. This is what I feel like people make too many mistakes on her, is they try too much weird shit. They don't full clear like I showed you. They don't play for that early bait. Like, you need to get that first clear. You don't want to fall behind. She's a scaling jungler. It's okay to give up a bit of pressure. If your team is spam pinging you on buy, and don't get baited. Doing a gank without R is always risky. So what I do is, if my R is not up, I just farm, you know? My R is going to be coming up in 40 seconds, so that's our time window. I could easily do some camps in that window. I could do Grom, I could do Wolves. Here we're actually in a good position to Herald. And by the time we do Herald, if we're not in such a great position, I would have kept farming, but you know, we could just do Herald here. It's no big deal. He's pinging to help him. This is a bit of a bait. If I help him, this guy's already 0-2. I'm going to spend a lot of time for maybe, what, 200 gold from killing him? That is not worth my time. If I do Herald, what do I get? I get almost the exact same amount of money. And experience and the objective, which is even more important, right? So a lot of jungling is time management and understanding how some things are just not worth your time. If you want to put it into an image you can focus on, you have to think about it like this. Your time is all about what you get from it. So my time, I want to know how much gold and experience we're getting. Those are the two most important things. If I do this play, how much gold and experience will I make versus this play? Those are the only two important things. If one play gives you gold and experience, the other one gives you just gold, one is worth more than the other. But sometimes some lanes might give you shutdowns and stuff like that. But I really do believe the first thing people need to focus on when they're playing jungle is to just know how to farm and be smart about farming. Killing people can easily come after. This game, I could just chill for a while and not do anything, and I'm doing a really, you know, I'm doing the right play. Here I think we're gonna try some W max. You could go E max or W. I think with the Divine Sunder build, I've been kind of experimenting with W max second. It's really good if there's a general amount of beefy champions. It's very strong. If you don't like Sunder, you can easily go Triforce too. I think they're both fine. Sunder is just like the safe bet, and I'm showing you guys the more safe option. And I want you guys to do it. So here we cleared one quadrant. This is kind of like I'll say it gives you a pass to go try to do something aggressive. We've already cleared one side of the map. It's okay to go invade. Go try to find the jungle. Go look at camp cycles. This is acceptable because we've already kind of done our job. Diving MF without people might be a bit risky. We could definitely try it here though. I think if they fight Ezreal, it's ideal for us. A little cool trick is you can charge Q and just go behind tower like that. And you're just right next to them. You have a perfectly good Q just ready to go. Here I'm going to start with the auto cycle. Now we're going to start. Ooh. Flash was unnecessary. I'm gonna do a Super Saiyan. I'm messing around a bit, but that was a bit risky. No one died, so that's great. That was great for us. And yeah, just cycling between those auto attacks. Her mechanics aren't that. She's not a mechanically like intense champion. Auto E. Use your spacing. Space. Like what you want. If you see how I move. And here we have to look at boots, right? So what boots do we need against this comp? There's one auto-based champion. That's about it. But there's a lot of AP. So AP means we want Merc-Trez. So we go Merc-Trez. And they have CC. And Kindle Gem's a good buy if we cannot get Warhammer. You always want to buy a Warhammer. But if you can't, then just getting a Kindle for ability haste is a good value play. I like Vi ELO. I think she's a very good champ, learning basics, learning how to farm, and then learning how to gank, which is not that hard because we have a very simple gank op. We have a point and click route. Probably the best ganking ability in the game. But here's a window where you probably make a mistake. You probably force a fight with our being down. This R ability is a very long cooldown. So you have to be careful. You have to be smart about it. Try not to fight. Doing crab is fine here, but I don't want to overextend because without R up, this champion is very, very different. I could easily overestimate my damage, for example, or I would overestimate how much I could do, and that's just not good. When you're on Dragon, you don't have to full charge Qs. On your objectives like Baron and Dragon, later in the game, you don't want to full charge. You just want to do a quick charge. Charge a little bit, just get a bit value. It's always what I like, personally. So here we see his Gromp respawning. They do have a vision here. This is the war thing, so they know. It's not a big deal for me. If we remember from earlier, if you're thinking MFU sums, that's very important, right? So that's something we're going to capitalize on. Our goal is to break these outers. These are very important. Breaking outers is a very important window. So here you see how I'm autoing, but I'm moving between the auto attacks. That's spacing. I'm canceling the full. If you right click and you just let your auto attack to control your champion, what happens is actually you're not getting the full value of your space. You're spending so much time standing still. You could cancel the last bit of your auto attack animation. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, interesting. You can cancel the last bit of your auto animation by moving in between. It's the same concept of Riven, canceling animation, all that kind of stuff. Cleaver's pretty close by. Maybe we're going to play for it. Damn, jet flash. I hate cats. I hate Yumi. Disgusting. Worm. It is what it is, though. Yeah, auto spacing is something I'm going to talk a lot about in my videos. When we play melee champions, it's extremely important. If you ever want to keep up with ranged champions, you have to learn to move between autos. As that auto animation is about to finish, you move. You don't want to cancel the auto, but you do want to move because your champion, when you're not auto attacking, likes to stand still. So we're pretty much overriding that by moving between autos. And let me know if you guys like this kind of stuff I'm talking about, if it's important, or if it's just not that important for you. This is where we get God mode. This is when our ability haste super takes over. Now you can see the 2020 is super important. a lot of vibes about getting to this ability haste threshold. So this is why I'm not big on the Halo Blades like Eclipse build, because I think it's harder low to properly make it work. I think Conqueror with the Divine Thunder build is still very stable. Though I do think you could make both work, but when you're getting a hang of Vi, it's much better to go for the tanky build. Just in case you make mistakes, it's not as punishing. But the most important thing when we're playing her is just auto E. Hitting Qs. There are some cool animations you can do. For example, you can flash Q or you can Q flash. I'll show you guys the Q flash later. That one can miss, but if you practice it, it can be a really good weapon you guys can be using in your arsenal. So here I think mid is very juicy, so I'm gonna probably scoot my booty over. Just kidding, bot's ready to die. I mean, this Yumi killed us earlier, so I'm petty. I'm a petty person. If someone kills me, I want revenge. And if I have sweet booty, God, you look so good. Let me show you the Q flash. No, never mind. If you hit this, it gives movement speed to you and your team. She's not escaping, by the way. Oh, and this cat especially isn't escaping. She's too fast, man. I couldn't reach. I think I can kill them all here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm trying to circle around here. When you have Divine Thunder, getting more ease off will just heal you dramatically, so it's very good. You can get your cycles. It's pretty much every 2 seconds. It's a very good build. The rest of my build would have been pretty standard. DD, Sterix, GA. Those are my general build path, but yeah. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe. Like the video too. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Play a lot of League today. I'll show you guys the damage. This is a D diamond game, so I'm gonna show you guys. This is D4, 37 LP gains. What the damage was. So yeah, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of the video. And I'm gonna be uploading daily videos. If I miss a if you want a champion to see in a video and you want me to go over it, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys later. Good night. Adios. Ciao. Bye bye.